Hello YouTube, how are you guys doing? Yeah, just a little update. I lost some more footage. And it happened because the game glitched on me and it broke the game basically. So I had to reload everything and I should have done it again. But I went on some raging against the developers and stuff. So the footage that I had, it wasn't usable anymore. Well, this happened. I was in the cave. I was with Sebastian. We were trying to find stuff. We came back through, I think, over there. That little thing over here. We walked back into this area. But yeah, what happened was I got glued to the map. There was this steep hill, and I slide down the hill into in the cave, inside the cave, and I got glued to the sliding part. So my character keeps sliding until I would die or until I would reset the game, load it in, and do the quest again from scratch. You know. So I killed myself and I went on a rampage. Oh, this is not possible. This should not happen. This is bullshit. What kind of fucking developing is this crap? In that kind of a way. So I lost some footage, and then after that happened, then something else happened. Like the mesh of the game. Some items fell through the map or under the map. If you do the Valio, you see the items and they were like literally under the stones. You could not pick them up. That was annoying as fuck. And I got a little bit angry because like you start the game for the first time and it's amazing. You be like, oh, this is so cool, this is dope, bro. And it is. It is actually a really nice game until you go outside of Hogwarts and Hogsmeade. Then the problems start. I was fighting a spider in the cave, I died, and it didn't say retry from last checkpoint or save. It said retry challenge. I pressed retry challenge because I never seen that happen, that option before in my life and since I played this game. And all of a sudden, the whole game stops working. Basically, I broke the game by pressing retry challenge. What happened? The game resets. But without a black screen, the characters and everything just stops working. I revive immediately, insta revive, let's call it that way. Let's call it like that, insta revive, so I'm be down on the ground. Black screen, or not even a black screen, just a blurred screen says retry challenge or exit game. I'm not going to exit game because at that moment I'm recording, so I do retry challenge. And all of a sudden nothing works anymore. The whole game just stops working. Source code, error, big error, fatal error. Everything stops working. So is it my fault then that I did something wrong, that I died while doing a challenge? Or is that, do I have to put it on the developers or the guys that brought out the game? Not the developers itself, but the people that makes the commercials for the game, doing the testing, and eventually bring the game out. Because the developers, they actually did a nice job on the game, man. 97% works. And I believe they had a lot of time, but they spent the time too much on polishing Hogwarts and Hogsmeade. So the demo is perfect, you know, there's no errors or flaws. But that's basically, I don't know, man. How do we call that these days? You make the demo part like perfect, but then you slack on the rest of the map, like the caves and some areas, and even some events. It's not like the best, but it's also not like really bad, you know? I don't know what I have to do with this game anymore, because right now, what I'm gonna say is really hard, and it's going into the way that I started these videos with, like, oh man, this game is amazing, I'm really enjoying the game. The last couple hours that I've playing this game, I haven't had a lot of fun, man. There was too much glitches, too much fucking stuff that was going on that was wrong. Like gluing to an enemy that you, when you target an enemy and you want to unlock the enemy, sometimes the whole camera is going to get fucked, man, because you keep locked to the item or the object or the enemy. You want to walk away and look in front of you, but the camera automatically goes all the way back to where you had, and then the camera is going to do this, just like this. And you don't know what to do. Why can I not unlock the enemy? Because it's a glitch. If you use a lock on the enemy, don't do it, man. Just basically what you should do then, go to settings, go to your and make sure that you have all these options off. The aiming sensitivity, the acceleration of aiming, all these things. Just turn those fucking turn it off. And here is also the proof that I'm doing it on hard, man. I started on hard, I finished it on hard, by the way. But with this setting, the camera would not actually, the aiming sensitivity, the lock on your object or your enemy would not be that hard as like standard. Because if you would get a lock on enemies with standard settings, man, the camera goes really like this. There's nothing, no way you can walk properly, man. This is what happens then, man. You want to turn away from the enemy, but the camera goes back and forward, and you fighting with the camera, basically. Then that is so annoying. And then you get glued to an object or an enemy. You literally touch the enemy, and you cannot move away from the enemy. You are glued to it. Literally, you can move, basically the cam, but you walk away. Now I walk away, but when you are glued to an enemy or an object, man, that's so annoying. You have to restart the last save or something. Fucked up, bro. But yeah, if I have to tell, if they ask me, what is your verdict on this game at the moment? I would say, man, don't buy this game. Just watch these guys playing this particular game on Twitch or YouTube and have fun with them. Interact with these guys a little bit more, so that you can feel like, oh, I'm actually also doing a little bit of gameplay on this game. Because the price compared to the glitches and everything, man. Yeah, sorry, man. I would say don't buy this game because of those issues. Because you need to reload or you need to quit the game, start it up again, and redo everything since your last save, if you don't have the option that you can load a last save game. And that makes the game not as fun as when you are doing the first couple missions in Hogsmeade and Hogsmeade, because it's not polished everywhere at the same level of perfectness, you know? And with that said, man, let's continue our story. And to be honest, I'm not even sure if I'm going to complete the game, because of all these issues. I hope I called out the devs on these issues enough so that they're gonna do something about it. Maybe they're not even doing nothing about it because it's already a full game, right? They can actually make it work better by updating tiny things. But I don't know, man. I hope they're going to do it because it makes the game so much more fun without these glitches and bugs and stuff, man. Have fun watching the series, guys. See you in the future.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
What was the Ministry thinking? Black noticed a scuff on his shoe the other day.
Revelio.
My older brother. Oh, how fun and slime! You must try it.
Woo, coach!
I'm sorry, I'm sorry!
Professor Fig, the Keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the portkey. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't Polyjuice Potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does?
So how do you already have Polyjuice Potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the Ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more. How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Professor, a moment of your time. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only... you'd asked me about a particular potion, and well,
I did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable task.
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along.
What could the headmaster want?
Gareth! Mr. Weasley, what are you doing here? Don't you have, somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor, yes, of course. All sorts of places I'd rather be right now. Do you need something from me?
I'm looking for my house elf. Surely you've seen him?
Ah, the little one-eared fellow. I saw him heading to the Great Hall moments ago. Muttering on about your, sterling graces, sir.
I am watching you, Mr. Weasley. Mr. Redding, who owns Honeydukes, tells me some of his billywig stings recently went missing. Prime potion ingredient. And I know you fancy yourself a skilled potioneer.
What? But, sir, I haven't been anywhere near Honeydukes.
Bah! That's enough from you. Just know that I have eyes and ears everywhere. On your way, Mr. Weasley.
Well, there's one for my diary.
Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners?
Professor Black, how are you?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
Goodness, it's the headmaster. Something is very wrong with Professor.
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better!
Professor, a word? Professor Black? Again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they are fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a head?
Greetings! I mean, out of my way, children.
I'll trade you a spoon's worth of rubberworm measles for a puffer bottle.
Owl was incredible.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible, sir. I've seen them near the library. In fact, they help me with my, heavy books.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move aside.
Professor, I need to speak to you. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig? I shall never understand.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Professor Black is happy with Scrope's performance as his house.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Ah! Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
Ahem. The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight. Made it just in time. It's
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented.
I'm welcome, Hello again. Wonderful to see you. As before, I've arranged a special price on the broom upgrade for you. You'll be thrilled with that broom, I promise you. You're all set with the new upgrade. I can't wait to hear what you think. This may sound presumptuous, but...
You'd like me to report back with even more flight details.
You know me well. I feel I'm almost there. I just think I can improve broom flight a bit more. Miss Ray's is running a time trial at the South Coast course. Not ideal, really, what with rumours of Ranrock's lot and Ashwinders infiltrating the place. However, if you're flying high above them, you should be all right, I think.
I'm not worried, Mr. Weeks. I'll see if I can find Imelda.
I hope you are able to complete these trials. I have a feeling this final upgrade is going to be a sweeping success. Do be careful, of course. I shall look forward to hearing from you soon. I look forward to our next meeting.
Perhaps I could test out my new
What are you up to now?
Never anything interesting around here. Easily tied. Glacius! Accio! Confringo! Arresto momentum. Depulso!
That's the best you can do.
Expelliarmus! Bombarda!
That was unimpressive.
Confringo! Descender! Levioso!
I will have my revenge.
Incendio! Revelio!
What am I doing here? This patrol is worthless.
Accio! Confringo!
I shall avenge your death. Always on the defensive.
Protego!
You're the one who released... Oh!
Accio! Glacius! Confringo!
All defense and no offense.
Octopus Totalis!
When are you going to give up? Ranrock will unite us.
Confringo! Accio!
That's the student who stopped us at Spellcroft.
Protego! Confringo! Accio! Incendio! Dead! Depulso! Accio! Incendio! Your blood's on Ranrock's hands! Revelio! Revelio! Could it be a Merlin trial? Defendo! Bombarda! Confringo! Revelio! Confringo! That's that.
Revelio.
You dare play one of my own! You will fall!
Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Defendo. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Bombarda. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos.
Stop right there! All right, let me have you go!
Revelio. Lumos.
Rally behind. I'm sure he's there. Thought we'd forget about that goblin helm you nicked.
Lumos. Bombarda. Lumos. Lumos.
He'd better notice is all I can say. I'm better than the lot of them put together. Not especially
Lumos.
quiet, are you?
Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos.
Lumos. These Merlin trials. Revelio. This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
In future, perhaps best not to get too carried away when a fair lady crosses one's path.
Revelio. Accio. Depulso. Revelio. Depulso. Reparo. Revelio. Whoa. Whoa. Revelio. This looks intriguing.
Show yourself! Must have been imagining things. Wasn't. I've heard centaurs quieter than you.
Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Confringo. Depulso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Descendo.
Can't figure out why there's such a fuss over poaching. Enough dumb beasts for everyone.
Levioso. Depulso.
So,
Arresto momentum.
better not be.
Levioso.
What was that?
Accio.
What's this?
Potato.
You're
Accio. Incendio.
marvelous strike.
Arresto momentum. Stupefy. Descendo. Levioso. Confringo. It's shameful what you've done to helpless beasts. Depulso.
Protego! Confringo! Incendio!
Knowing a meat, he's likely studied here. Expelliarmus.
You. Something. What's that?
Descendo.
It isn't.
Accio. Incendio. Lumos. I should investigate. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Not so tricky after all, Merlin. Revelio.
I'll check your pockets after you...
How nice to see you, my young friend.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Descendo. Descendo. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Arresto Momentum. Bombardo. Expelliarmus.
You can feed a beast.
It's all about having a clean eye.
The course looks rather deserted. I hope everything's all right.
Gryffindor, over here!
Hello again, Imelda. This course is a bit far from the castle, isn't it?
Obviously. Evidently too far for most of our classmates. Pathetic. They should be begging me to keep these trials alive, not running scared. I'm surprised our new 5th year showed up. I suppose I appreciate the effort.
That's actually... thank you.
I know I can be impatient, but I get frustrated by those who don't take things as seriously as I do. And in my experience, that's everyone. Anyway, don't let it go to your head. Right then, enough chatter. I'm confident I've posted a time you won't be able to beat.
We'll soon see how I fare, won't we? I'm ready.
Get ready to lose, Gryffindor.
That wasn't too difficult. Oh! Oh! This is going well. Brilliant. Brilliant flying, if I do say so myself. Brilliant. That wasn't too difficult. This is going well. Brilliant! That was quite something.
Impressive work today, but don't get too comfortable. I'll be on your heels in no time. My family's not going to believe the news when I tell them. They're almost as competitive as I am. Almost.
Will you keep running these courses?
I'll race them myself. Don't want to get rusty. But I won't be dealing with time trials. You're welcome to run them too. Anyway, hope we find time to fly again soon.
It's been fun competing against your records, Imelda.
It has been fun. Glad you're here. 5th year. Not bad. For a Gryffindor. You take care of yourself. Beginner's luck, I say. You'll not beat me next time.
I should let Mr. Weeks know that this was his best upgrade yet.